Hello everyone, my name is the Emerald, and today we're going to be looking at version 3 changes. They're finally out. They've been delayed for a couple days, but now we have them. Apologies if I'm talking a little quieter. There's some stuff going on downstairs and I don't really want to bother them, so we'll be doing this. I'll be talking a little quiet. If it's a little low in here, I'll turn it up in the editing software. But we have version 3. We're going to be checking out 22 changes for Cyrene is crazy, so yeah. Let's just start with the relics. Alright, so this got changed. Oh, wait, this is old. Wait, these are old, right? Okay, I think we can do these. Yeah, those are old, I think. Let me quickly reload this. Unless this did get changed. No, this is the same. Yeah, I think this is all the same. So I think we can ignore that. I think it's the same with this. Alright. Alright, let's go. Light cone has been changed. What is this? Oh, they changed it. Increase wear speed when... So all that's the same. It's just this. When the wearer's monster has both blank and verse, increase the effects of blank and verse by 120%. That was changed to now be a part of the light cone, and it was also just horribly nerfed by looking at it. It looks like completely nerfed. Okay. Sure, I guess. I don't know how I feel about that. Give me a second to just pull this up. We'll have that in the background. Alright. We're going to actually look at Cyrene last, because I think it's going to take actual ages to talk about her. A lot of bosses were... I don't know if that's true or not, but we won't look into all that. That's not a problem. Alright. Trailblazer. Oh god. Alright. The ult costs more? Really? They're making the ult cost more? I mean, it's not like... Oh, because I think if you ult, you get the... Oh, really? Was it that... Okay. So I guess they're making the ult more expensive because you need the ult to get the enhanced base attack. Strange, but okay. Alright, and then consume 1 second epic to dispel all crowd touches the mem. They nerfed it. Really? Was it that strong? Was it really that powerful? It's really had to nerf it? The same thing's here, right? Yeah. Okay. Sure, I guess. I don't know if there's anything else to that, but okay. Sure. And there's something else here that we have to worry about? No. Okay. Alright. Let's look at it. Alright. Memo Spread skill. Deals ice the Memo Spread skill does item to all enemies equal to okay, they buffed to 6% of your max HP. That's pretty good. What is this? This looks the exact same. Okay. Okay, so Genesis is their Trailblazer. Remember, it's Trailblazer. They get more crit rate based on Cyrene's crit rate, which is pretty interesting. This is the same. I don't know why this is here, but okay. So yeah, that's just the only difference. They get more crit rate. Wordings. Yep, that's what I thought. All right. What is this? My Day. When using the My Day, removes all crowd control debuffs inflicted on him. And if My Day is in Vendetta state, it will automatically use one instant of God Slayer be God without consuming charge. My Day crit damage increased by 8% during the attack. Oh, I got increased by 6%. If the target gets defeated before the use, then it will target newly ref enemy targets instead. If My Day is not in the Vendetta state, then advantage My Day's action 100%. Okay, so they now let it, and now removes all crowd control debuffs on him, and then they increase his crit damage a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright. What is this? This looks the exact same. If there are 2 enemy targets on the field or fewer when summoned, the damage multiplier just increased by 0.48% when summoning. Okay, so I think this has to do with like when you use the ult, it takes effect instead of like afterwards. Okay, sure. Fair enough, I guess. Alright, Anaxa. I heard this was going to be nerfed, but I'm not too certain. When using Anaxa, recovers skill point for allies and allows Anaxa to take an action immediately. Same stuff here, basically. Increase number of skill damage instances by 3 for 1 turn. The next time Anaxa uses an ability, he gains True Knowledge. Increase the attack of all erudition path characters by 6% and skill reduction by 40% until the start of Anaxa's next turn. That is really good. Yeah, that's really good. Increasing all erudition and skill, attack and skill damage. Because before it was just him, but now it's to everyone. Yeah, that's a buff. That's good. I like that a lot. He already hit really hard, but now if you have an erudition, it hits even harder. Oh, sorry, not well. He lets them hit harder. But then again, if he's by himself, it doesn't matter. Like if he's by himself, nothing changes. If he's with supports, he just supports them harder. Okay. Finon. This is really busted what they do for this. After using a Finon gains 6 core flames as well as eternal ignition when transforming. When transforming, if core flame exceeds 12, for every point in excess, Castellan's crit damage increases by 12% up to 70%. While the ignition persists, increase Castellan's crit rate by 60%, which is same here. After the extra depleted, the transformation does not end refresh at all. Okay, so that's the same thing. And gains 4 points of... Oh, he gets 4 points of Scourge as well. Wow. At the start of Castellan's extra turns, he consumes 50% HP, which is the same up here. Of current HP. After using attack, deal 5 inches of additional damage, each dealing of 5 additional damage equal to 10% of Castellan's. Okay, so this has been nerfed. But he gains more core flames, which allows him to get into ult faster. It also seems like does he not have a limit to that? I thought he had a limit, but maybe he doesn't. Let me just check real quick. I thought he had a limit to how many he can get, but maybe he doesn't. Up to 3. Okay. Yeah, so you can get 30. It says 72%. Are we assuming? Oh wait, does his wait maybe his Eidolons give him extra. That might be why. Kind of, yeah. His E6 removes it. So I think it's to take into account of that. That's what it seems like. Because nowhere else in this kit does he get extra core flames outside the 3. Because when he reaches 12, you have to reach the limit, he can hold up to 3. So yeah, I think this is taking into account, like, if you have E6, I think. I'm just guessing, though. Yeah, they nerfed this damage a little bit, but they give him 6 core flames in response and crit damage. So I think that's a fair trade-off. I think so. Saradra. V-word. Okay. This is Evernight. So, okay. They skipped over, what's his name? They skipped over Cypher, Tribby, and Hisselins. Those 3 have been skipped over. I think there's a couple more that they skipped over as well. Hyacine was also skipped over too by looking at it. Hyacine was skipped over. How many did you do? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, 8 actually, because we're not counting this. So it's like 8. Yeah. So yeah, they skipped over Cypher, Tribby, Hisselins, and Hyacine. I don't know how I feel about the Tribby getting skipped over, but I guess you're not really using her with her often, so I guess it's fine. Sure enough. Alright. Resurgence was a reward. Yep. Evernight. Increased damage dealt by 18. Wow, they hard nerfed that. Okay. Evernight uses skill ultimate, it just gains Memoria. Wait, what? Additionally gains Memoria. The crit damage boost effect provided by the skill is further increased by amount equal to 12% of Evernight's crit damage. Oh, okay. She's supporting more. I had to think about that for a hot minute. I was like, what? Okay, so they got rid of her DPS potential, but they gave her more of her supporting role. Okay, sure, I guess. Sure. I don't know how I feel about that, but sure. Alright. Dong Hung. Interesting they changed this. Okay. Grants Ode Earth to Dong Hung, and the next 3 attacks deal additional damage to the bomb mates equals 8%. Okay, that wasn't changed. When Dong Hung holds Ode to Earth, the bomb mate deals 60% more damage. I think that's new. Yeah, that's new. Because Dong Hung... No, wait. Oh, no. It's not new. They just doesn't have a turn limit. Yeah. It doesn't have a turn limit anymore by looking at it. It doesn't say this has a turn limit anymore. At least it doesn't say that. When used on Dong Hung, additional events, Soul Dragon, that's 100%. And Soul Dragon's next action is the enhanced effects of Dong Hung's ultimate and shield effect provided by Soul Dragon is 100% original. It does not consume the enhancements. Okay. When Dong Hung holds or the bomb makes damage when used on Dong Hung. Okay, I think I get it. Okay. Sure. Okay, so they just made it where I don't think... It doesn't seem like this has a limit, I think? Or it's stuck to this. I'm not too certain. There's no turn limit, though. This has a turn limit. This does not. So I'm not too certain. We'll see. Alright. Ode to Blank. I think this is just like the big nuke I think she does. I think. After Cyrene has gained recollection from each of her teammate other than the Memo Sprite, when it uses the waltz of flowered arrows, it dishes one instant ice damage 50% max to one enemy. This is now different. This is the same. It does 6% now to match the skill. After Cyrene uses her ultimate or when the Memo Sprite is summoned, the Memo Sprite immediately gains 1 story. When story reaches 3 points, you consume all story points to immediately gain 1 extra turn and automatically use Minuet of Blooms and Plumes. I don't remember that skill off the top of my head. I think that's the big nuke. I think. Let me check. It is. What is it called? Minuet of Bloom and Plumes. Okay, well, I think I gotta pull it up here. Give me 1 second. Close this. I had to pull it up. It's been a hot minute. Minuet. This one. Yeah, this is the most. Yeah. It's the most. Okay. Sure. Okay, it just does more damage, but yeah, you just get an extra big attack. Okay, sure, I guess. Bloom Elysium of Beyond skill, which is the zone. You get more true damage. No complaints there. Really good. All right. Let's see here. When combat begins, when allies take action, you can one features to grant Cyrene. When Cyrene has 24 elections, her ultimate can be activated, and all debuffs on her are dispelled. Oh, okay. So basically, it's to like if she's crowd control, it's basically get rid of that crowd control. You immediately pop the ult. Okay. Which is so basically it's just to get around the like if she's crowd controlled or something, and like you can't use ult when until she gets cured or her debuffs are gone. Okay. I don't know what. I think this is when she's attacking into a fight. I think that's what this is. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. E1 was changed immensely. So it used to be this. So it was after when using ultimate. Okay, so yeah, this is when the first. Yeah, this part right here. Right here was moved up to this Memo Sprite skill here. And then this was changed and gained 3 recollection points. Additionally, increased the number of balance from Memo Sprites. A poem about blank by 12. When the Memo Sprite uses the Memo skill Ode to Blank while using Minuet Blooms Plumes, gains 6 recollection points and increase the number of bounces for the stack by 12. Okay, so yeah, they just moved this up from E1 to base kit, and then they just gave it more recollection points. Okay, sure. E2. For each different ally that gains memory skill from using. They changed it. Oh, okay. This was this. Now this was moved to the big one. Okay. The damage retire the true damage dealt by allies via the skill zone increases by 6%, up to max increases 24%. Okay. Sure. Just more. Oh, that's new. You don't see that every day. They actually moved the talent and the Memo Sprite skill around from E3 and E5. So E3 used to have basic attack and the talent. Now it doesn't. Yeah. Now the talent's in E3, with the Memo Sprite skill in E3, and the Memo Sprite talent and the base attack are in E5. Interesting. Very interesting. E4. This is different. Each time after the Memo Sprite uses the wall... Oh, it's different. Instead of waltz of flowers and arrows, it's Minuet of Bloom and Plume. Did they just change the name of it all around? I think it did. Yeah, I think they just changed the name of it all around. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Keep going. The balance of the triggered Memo Sprite skill Ode to Blank increases by 12% in the current battle and can be stacked up to 12 times. Jesus, okay. We're gonna talk about E5. E6. This was actually changed a little bit. When you start using ult, all allies activates by 100%. Each time when Blank triggers the Memo Sprite skill Ode to Blank and uses Minuet of Blooms and Plumes, based on the number of times. So they actually changed it a little bit. Based on the number of times it has been triggered, gains the following effects. Reduce all enemies' target defense by 20%. Okay, that's the biggest difference. Outside of them moving instead of needing Eidolon, which, I mean, again, it was changed anyway, so it's to make up for that, I think. Actually, what was it? What was it called? Blank where the poem begins? I think they renamed it. Alright. Yeah, okay. I think it's one of these other towns here. I just don't know which one has been named differently. It's probably this one, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it seems like it is, but I'm not so certain. Yeah, and the biggest difference is instead of alternate resistance penetration for all allies, they just reduce all enemy target defense by 20%. Okay, sure. It depends on how big this is. It's instead of a supportive role, it becomes more of just like an overall like debuffing role. In some cases, because like for example, like if your entire team isn't DPS, this is better overall, I think. But if your entire team is like doing some good damage, this is slightly better. But in most cases, it depends on what you're fighting. If all of your allies all your allies meet like the element requirements for a boss, this is better. But if they don't, this is better. So it depends on the situation. But usually you're bringing characters that match the element, so this should be fine. I mean, but it's E6, so like who cares, right? After that whales, who cares, right? Okay, that's everything. We've already looked at everything. Let me just reload just in case anything else. Yeah, they got rid of the relics, yeah. I assume that was placed on accident. Yeah, I don't think anything else. Let me check real quick. I don't see anything. I'm quickly scanning. No, it doesn't look like anything else is different. Okay. So that's it. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't do as many changes for the like these characters as possible. They actually buffed basically all of them, I think. They either just made reworkings or buffed them in some regard, which is actually I think pretty cool. I don't think anyone got like a big nerf. The closest one you have is I think Everknight's, which is like she got like a massive damage lower, but she got more support as a response. So it depends on how you look at it there. Everyone else got pretty good changes, I think. I think so anyway, by looking at it. This is very interesting that they did this. This attack must have gone really hard, or like they really think this change is gonna matter, which I don't think so, but hey, that's what they think. All right, this is also pretty interesting that they completely hit this dead. That light cone is dead. We can look at it ourselves now. The light cone, this one. So version 2, yeah. This was just like base. Now it's part of the light cone, which is kind of sad, but what can you do, right? Because look at this, increase the effects of blank and verse by 120%. That's a lot. Now it just was nerfed to 60%, going up to 8% at S5. That's a pretty big nerf, but the character overall seems to stay the same, if not just buffed overall. Yeah, my only big issue is I'm surprised they didn't buff like not Cyrene, like Cypher or Tribby's effects. That's about it. But outside of that, yeah, pretty good change overall. Not really major complaints. I don't really care for Eidolons past E2 all that much because like that's anything past E2 is like whale territory in my opinion. I mean, I honestly getting Eidolons in general is kind of whale territory, but then again, that new game modes is otherwise, so who knows? I don't like new game mode, by the way, but we'll get that's a whole discussion for another day. So I think that's it for changes. I like the changes overall. The only thing I don't like is this light code change, and then like this is weird, but we'll have to see what the reasoning is. But overall, like Cyrene was changed pretty better, I think. A lot of her damage is pretty solid. It doesn't fix the issue where she still takes 5,000 years to get to her ultimate. It doesn't fix that issue. And I think that's still big. Because one of her biggest problems, this wasn't fixed. One of her biggest problem is before she ults, she's actual garbage, straight garbage. She gets the solid support, which is alright, but like the ult is what matters, and it takes forever to get to that point if you're not really like full Chrysos heirs or remembrance. So which I don't really like that they just like remembrance, because unless they're gonna keep doing remembrance in version 4, it doesn't matter. We'll see. I hope they do. Don't forget about that path, but at the same time, like it's strictly the only person that's not remembrance there that was remembrance is technically not Chrysos heir, is like the Trailblazer, but even then they have like their own special thing, so it doesn't matter. That's about it. I like the changes. It doesn't fix the inherent issue of it takes forever to get to her thing, but they made all the characters slightly better. So I guess I guess you'll kill faster. I don't know why they just won't give her like more ways of getting her to her ult faster, but whatever. So that'll be it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.